Hello, I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man, and Marcus Difelice is a partner in JMW's Employment Department. Hello, Marcus.
Hiya, Dom. How you doing this morning?
I'm very well, thank you. Now, when you said you wanted to talk about tips, I thought that's it. I'm in. I've got some cash in the bank here. But on a serious note, there's going to be some reforms, isn't there, in terms of hospitality tips?
Yeah, there is, Dom. So a bit of background. Most of us these days, of course, don't tip with cash, particularly with COVID. So most tips are given through, a bank card or a credit card. The government have kind of looked into this because what quite a lot of employers do is they take a slice off that tip. And sometimes that slice is, kind of up to 15%. So it's quite a significant slice. And then you've got kind of bank charges, what the bank or credit card company are taking in, and there's less money, physically going into the pockets of the people that the tip was intended for. So there's some changes to the law that are going to be coming up to really address that issue.
And should hospitality, restaurants, bars, that sort of thing, have some sort of tipping policy for their employees?
Well, that's exactly one of the reforms, Dom, that's being proposed by the government. So basically what they're going to do is change 5 things. The number one point, the critical point is 100% of the tips got to go to the worker, so the person working in the restaurant. So they get a lot. So that's number one. Secondly, employers are going to need to have a policy. So as you just mentioned, do employers have them? Well, generally they don't. I work with loads of businesses and restaurant chains. It's pretty unusual for them to have a policy around tipping. So one of the proposed reforms is, employer, you've got to have a policy that's kind of clear and transparent to your people about what you do with your tips. Thirdly, there's going to be a code of practice. So that's kind of the government preaching at us, around fair and transparent kind of tipping. Fourthly, this is better than usual, but there's going to be a right for workers to request information on how you tip and what your tipping practices are, and you have to respond within four weeks. And then finally, there's going to be some kind of prescription around when the tips have to be paid. So, to stop employers kind of getting a tip, sitting on it, helping their own cash flow, not passing the money on to their workers. So, for a lot of good restaurant chains, and I act for lots of those, they'll already have really good practices in relation to tipping. So this is aimed at the market where they are taking that slice, where maybe the practices aren't as fair and transparent as good. This is going to be a change to the law that's probably going to be coming in quite soon.
And so there will be restaurateurs, people in the hospitality business who employ, thinking, how shall we navigate our way around this? What's the next step? What should they do in practical terms, Marcus?
Well, I can absolutely help them in terms of, getting the right policies and practices in place. As I say, for a lot of restaurant chains, so there's an element of benchmarking there. I can tell them what other businesses are doing, how they get it right and how they do it well. So this is really important as well in hospitality at the moment, because, all the restaurateurs are crying out for staff. So actually you want to have good practices, you want to do things well, you want to engage your people. So actually having good practices around tipping, so that those people have more money in their pockets, is a great way of engaging your people. So actually I can help with that.
Thank you very much for your insight, Marcus. Very interesting. If you'd like to contact Marcus, you can email insideman@jmw.co.uk or call 0161 82 81 999. Please also subscribe to the JMW Inside Man YouTube channel. I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man.